I have a question.
Yes,
Oh yeah, so I heard that before LA Metro, it was RTD and LACTC. I was
yes.
wondering why they merge.
Well, I was with the then LACTC, which was a planning and funding agency for LA County, a fairly new one. And I think it started in 84, 86. And RTD was a long-standing, 60-year-old bus company. Well, they were managing Metro Rail Segment 1, the one from Union Station to Alvarado Street, and they were not doing a very good job of it. And so we started helping out because we had the engineers. They had the bus operators and the operations guys, but they didn't have the qualified engineers. So the feds insisted that RTD get more expertise, and it resided in the LACTC. But then one of the legislators decided this is ridiculous. We can't have two agencies fighting with each other, trying to fund and manage the rail program going forward. So he introduced a bill back in the I guess it was the mid '80s, requiring a merger of RTD and LACTC into the Metropolitan Transportation Authority. And I was in charge of putting people in boxes on the org chart. And that was, we had two treasurers, two finance people, two operations head, two planning directors. So it was quite, as you can imagine, a tense time trying to get two agencies to merge into one. After Metro did its merger, or RTD and LACTC, then the Orange County did the same thing. The Bay Area did a couple of them. It was all of a sudden, San Diego did. It was all of a sudden a trend that you wanted more of a regional approach to managing public transportation rather than a bunch of separate entities with single purposes.
That is interesting.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, and a little just my perspective, having been present in that period, was the culture didn't necessarily all come together because you got rid of the two organizations. You had a planning department that had one mindset, right, and a construction department that had a very different mindset, and an operations department that had yet a different mindset. And you had rail and bus advocates within each that had different views. So it was a culturally complex institution. Would you say that?
Yes, absolutely. And the head of operations, although we were on speaking terms now, he wouldn't speak to me for years because I got the deputy CEO position and he didn't. And the day Metro Rail Segment 1 opened, everyone was celebrating, and we brought it in and opened on time. And as we were celebrating, the engineering guys saying, "Wait a minute, who's down in the tunnel?" It was RTD, former RTD staff running around putting the RTD sign in every single station and every single spot. And then our guys going down and taking them away. It was quite a scene. It's symbolic of the kind of schism of the different cultures. But we did, with the help of UCLA and others, and Paul, we did a strategic plan, and we had brought in some experts, and we had a lot of teamwork and strategic efforts to try to get the two staffs together, and it did help. But there was still, in fact, to this day, and what has it been, more than 30 years?
30 years. Yeah.
To this day, there are RTD types and LACTC types still within the agency. Yeah. Eventually, they'll retire. All of them retire out, but it is amazing how strong cultures are and within agencies and how they're set.